Ever pondered how self-love determines your success? How it shapes your destiny just like Narcissus in Greek mythology? Let's set the stage by looking into the mirror of mythology, where we see Narcissus gazing at his own reflection, captivated by his beauty. This ancient story is more than a cautionary tale about vanity. It's a symbolic exploration of self-love. Narcissus's reflection, in its still serene waters, stands as a metaphor for our own self-perception, how we view ourselves, and how this view can either make us or break us. Narcissus's tale isn't merely about self-obsession or narcissism, as we've come to understand it today. It's about understanding the crucial role of self-appreciation, self-respect, and self-love. How does this tie into success, you may ask? Well, the correlation is closer than you might think. In the following scenes, we'll unravel the role of self-love in success, much like the tale of Narcissus. So, what is self-love? Is it merely an inflated ego or a profound understanding of oneself? Self-love, in its purest form, is a deep appreciation for oneself. It goes beyond the surface, beyond the physical. It's not about narcissism or self-obsession, but about understanding and accepting oneself, warts and all. It's about recognizing your worth and not allowing anyone or anything to diminish it. Now let's draw some parallels from Greek mythology. Remember Narcissus? He was so entranced by his reflection that he couldn't tear himself away. But here's the twist. Narcissus was not in love with himself. He was in love with an image, an illusion. He didn't realize that the beautiful youth staring back at him from the water's surface was his own reflection. This story is often used as a cautionary tale about the dangers of vanity and self-obsession. But what if we looked at it from another perspective? What if Narcissus's story is not a tale of narcissism, but a tale of a lack of self-awareness and self-love? After all, Narcissus could not recognize his own reflection. He was in love with an illusion, not with himself. In our journey of life, we often mirror Narcissus. We chase after illusions, after images of perfection that society has created. We forget to love ourselves for who we truly are, with all our imperfections and quirks. We see ourselves through the lens of others, and in doing so, we lose sight of our true selves. But here's the good news. Self-love is not a destination, it's a journey. It's a process of self-discovery and self-acceptance, and it's a journey worth embarking upon. Because when we love ourselves, we give ourselves the freedom to be authentic, to be true to who we are. We stop seeking validation from others, and we start validating ourselves. Self-love, as we see, is not vanity, but a deep appreciation of oneself, much like Narcissus admiring his reflection. But how does this relate to success? Let's find out. How does self-love shape the trajectory of our success? Can the lack of it be a roadblock to our aspirations? In the grand tapestry of our lives, self-love plays an integral role, shaping our path towards success. It is the fuel that drives our ambition, the compass that directs our journey, and the anchor that grounds our self-belief. But what happens when this love is absent? Can we truly reach the pinnacle of success without appreciating our own worth? Imagine the tale of Narcissus, a character from Greek mythology known for his extraordinary beauty. Narcissus, however, was so captivated by his own reflection that he was unable to tear himself away, ultimately leading to his demise. This story is often interpreted as a warning against excessive self-love, but there's another perspective to consider. Think of Narcissus's reflection as a symbol of self-worth, rather than vanity. The key to success isn't to avoid our reflection, as Narcissus did, but to embrace it, to recognize our worth and to love ourselves for it. Narcissus's fatal flaw wasn't his love for his reflection, it was his inability to move beyond it, to translate that love into action. We can draw a parallel to our own lives. We may have dreams, aspirations, and ambitions, but without the requisite self-love, they remain just that, dreams. Our lack of self-love becomes a roadblock, holding us back from our true potential. Self-love isn't merely about admiring our reflection in the mirror. It's about appreciating our strengths, accepting our weaknesses, and understanding that both are essential to our growth and success. It's about acknowledging our worth and using it as a stepping stone to reach our goals. In the same way, success isn't just about achieving a goal. It's about the journey, the growth, the self-discovery. It's about falling in love with ourselves, our dreams, and the process of making those dreams a reality. So, as we navigate the path to success, let's remember Narcissus, not as a cautionary tale of vanity, but as a reminder of the importance of self-love in our journey. Just as Narcissus was drawn to his reflection, we too must recognize our worth to truly succeed. But how do we cultivate this self-love? Is it an inherent trait, or can it be developed? As we ponder this, let's delve deep into the annals of Greek mythology. Consider the myth of Narcissus. He was so enamored with his own reflection that he fell into the water and drowned. But let's not view Narcissus as a cautionary tale of vanity, but rather as a symbol of self-appreciation. After all, before he could love his reflection, he first had to recognize and appreciate it. So to cultivate self-love, let's start with self-recognition. Acknowledge your strengths, your passions, your unique qualities that set you apart. Just as Narcissus recognized his beauty, we too can recognize our own unique attributes. Next, let's talk about self-acceptance. Acceptance is not about becoming complacent or ignoring our flaws. Rather, it's about understanding and embracing our imperfections. Remember the myth of Achilles? Despite his heel being his only weakness, he accepted it, and it didn't prevent him from becoming one of the greatest warriors of Greek mythology. Similarly, we can embrace our flaws not as limitations, but as parts of our unique identity. The third step in this journey is self-care. In the tale of Hercules, he was given 12 labors, each more challenging than the last. Yet he always took time to rest and rejuvenate. We too should prioritize our well-being, both physical and mental. After all, a well-rested mind and body are key to tackling the labors of life. Lastly, let's not forget self-improvement. Perseus, the legendary slayer of Medusa, didn't start as a hero. He trained, he learned, he grew. He didn't rest on his laurels, but sought to better himself continuously, and so should we. In conclusion, cultivating self-love is a journey, not a destination. It is about recognizing, accepting, caring for, and improving ourselves. It is about embracing our uniqueness, our strengths, our flaws, and our potential. Cultivating self-love, then, is much like Narcissus finding his reflection, a journey of self-discovery and appreciation. So, we've journeyed through the tale of Narcissus, unraveled the concept of self-love, and discovered its role in success. We've taken a deep dive into the realm of Greek mythology to illuminate the importance of self-love in our own lives today. We started by exploring the story of Narcissus, a figure so entranced by his own reflection that he couldn't tear himself away. This tale, while tragic, serves as a powerful metaphor for the importance of self-love and self-acceptance. It reminds us that seeing our own worth is the first step towards success. We then moved on to understanding self-love, not as a narcissistic obsession, but as a healthy appreciation of one's own worth. We learned that self-love involves recognizing our strengths, accepting our weaknesses, and treating ourselves with kindness and respect. It's about acknowledging that we are deserving of love, just as much as anyone else. The key to success, as we discovered, lies in this very concept. When we love and value ourselves, we set higher standards for what we will accept in life. We strive for better, we push harder, and we don't settle for less than we deserve. Success, in its truest form, is not just about achieving goals, but also about living a life that aligns with our values and brings us joy. Cultivating self-love, we learned, is a lifelong journey. It's about practicing self-care, setting boundaries, and affirming our worth every day. It's about replacing self-criticism with self-compassion, and fear of failure with the courage to try. To wrap up, let's remember the tale of Narcissus not as a cautionary tale of vanity, but as a reminder of the importance of self-love in our journey to success. The reflection Narcissus fell in love with wasn't just an image in the water, it was a symbol of his own worth and potential.